For example 2, we're told that the area of a triangular garden is 36 feet squared. We're told that the base of the triangle is 2 feet more than 4 times the height. We're asked to find the base and the height. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start with what I'm being asked to find. So my representation section, I have a list of the things that I'm being asked to find. Base equals, height equals. Now I would like to represent one of them with x and something with an expression that has x in it. For that information, I'm going to go to the sentence that talks about the things that I'm being asked to find. So I'm going to go and I'm going to look for the base. So the base, it says that the base is or base equals. So I know that I'm reading off the representation for the base. The base is, now I'm going to go through my description. I have a 2 and I have a 4. And I have some operations. More than is plus, times represents multiplication, and then I have one more phrase that says the height. So included in the description of the base is the height. The height is what I know least about, and it's something that I'm being asked to find, so the height will be represented by x. And more than, because I have the word than, this is called a turnaround phrase or a turnaround word. So the description will be plus, but whatever comes before the words more than will come after the plus. Whatever comes after the words more than will come before the plus. So I have 4 times x plus 2. Now that I have the representation section, we want to talk about an equation. To find the area of a triangle, and this first sentence talks about the area of a triangle. To do the area of a triangle, I have a formula that says if I take the base of the triangle and I take the height of the triangle and I multiply those together, and then I half that, or I multiply it by a half, that I will be able to find the area of that triangle. So our equation will be the formula for the area of a triangle. So the area of the triangle, we're going to take the height and we're going to multiply times the base, and I'm going to multiply that expression by 1/2, and this will be equal to the area, which we're told is 36. Now what I'm going to do is going to work every single time. It's really nice. A little shortcut is that in order to get rid of that 1/2, I'm actually going to multiply both sides by 2. Because 2 times 1/2, the 2's will cancel and I'm left with 1, or just x. And I'm going to bring down everything on the left side. On the right side, 36 times 2 is 72. A little bit of a shortcut, and then I do not have to deal with any fractions. Now I'm going to solve this equation. So we have to solve. I'm going to do a distribution. So I get 4x squared times 2x equals 72. And then I'm going to get the 0 by bringing the 72 to the other side. So we end up with 4x squared plus 2x minus 72 equals 0. Now that we have the 0, we're going to factor to get the product. There is a common factor of 2, so I will factor out the common factor of 2. And we want to be careful. We're left with 2x squared plus x minus 36 is equal to 0. Now I want to continue to factor more the trinomial that's left into the parentheses. So we're going to do reverse FOIL. I'll have 2x and x. We know that the signs are opposite, so I'm going to put in a plus and a minus. And then I'm going to play around with the numbers. We have 36 is 6 and 6, 4 and 9, 3 and 12, and 1 and 36. And I'm going to go with 4 and 9. I'm going to put the 9 here and the 4 here. Alright, so you can play around with each of those sets of numbers, and there will be a a common factor issue if you're not careful. I could not put the 4 with the 2. So you'll think through that, play around with the signs and the numbers, and then make sure that you check it, that it does multiply out to give you the trinomial that you started with. This one works, and I've already checked it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set each factor that has an x in it equal to 0. Now I do not set 2 equal to 0 because there's no x here. And if there's no x in the factor, then I do not set a factor that does not have x in it equal to 0. Alright, so we're solving for x. So I set each of those factors that have an x in them equal to 0, and my two solutions are 4 and -9/2. Since the base of the triangle, or the height of the triangle, is what is represented by x, I have to ask myself, does it make sense for the height of the triangle to be negative? And it does not. So it is illogical for the height of the triangle to represent a negative value. So height equals 4 makes sense. That's logical. So I'm going to take this positive value, I'm going to go back up to my representation section, and I'm going to set x equal to 4. So I know that the height is 4. How do you find the base of the triangle? Well, that's pretty easy. If you have your representation section, you're going to put 4 in place of x in the expression that represents the base. So the base would be 4 times 4 plus 2. That's 16 plus 2. We get 18. So now we have two positive values for the base and for the height.